Educators with Kimmi. How's it going? For those of you who may be new, I am your number one notary educator because we actually teach you how to be a great notary, how to have confidence, what to do, what not to do to succeed in these notary streets. Well, let's hop right into it. Let me cut that off. I do apologize. Got all kind of alerts going on. So anyway, I want to welcome those who are here, those who will watch the replay, and those who will also listen to the podcast. Welcome, welcome. So today we are talking about the Notary Journal. I have a new release today. I'm going to give you some training on how to use my journal, how to use a journal, why you need a journal. Okay, we're going to get right into it. So, hey, welcome again, everyone. So, first of all, do you have a notary journal? Does your state require you to use a notary journal? It may not, but just because your state says you don't have to have one, your number one notary educator says yes, you do. So, what is a notary journal? For those of you who may be brand new to the business, it's just a book that we use to keep record of who signed our who we visited, like what customer we visited. We record typically their ID. Now, some states don't allow you to record ID numbers. Okay, so you know what your state says you can and cannot do. And if you don't, I'm gonna recommend you have your handbook, which is the number one thing I always say anyway. Have your notary handbook for your state. It is your Bible. It tells you what you can do. It tells you what you can't do. And even though your notary handbook may say you don't have to, again, I say it's a must. Okay. So we're going to hop right into it. Again, we talked about what it is. It records all of your notarial duties. So when you're out serving as a witness, I record that. Anything I do in my notary business, I record it. Okay, when I'm doing inspections, I record that in my journal because I need to keep a record of it. Even though that's not a notarial act, I keep my field inspections. I keep my fingerprinting jobs in my journal. I keep my apostilles in my journal. So that's why I'm so pleased to announce my new journal that will cover all of your notarial acts. Some main things you want to record in your journal is, of course, the client's name. Okay. You want to capture that name. You want to capture their address, their phone number. It's not necessary to get the email. Some people do like to get it. I do have a spot in here. I'm going to show you the journal in just a moment, but you can get their email. It's also important to write the fee down, your state fee versus what your travel fee was. Okay. You want to write down the name of the signing company that hires you. Have you ever did an assignment and you went to get paid and you were like, dog, who owes me money? Who did I do that signing for on the 5th of the month and you don't remember? Well, I have a spot in here. So let me show you the new journal and then we're going to go over more tips. So this is it, the Notary Public Journal. And as it says here, every signature matters. Every signature matters. Okay. So that's our little slogan for this journal. As you can see here, it is so cute. And it's nice, 8.5 by 11, full size pages. And why I like my journal so much is it's one page per person. Okay, it's one page per person. So what do I mean by that? You have Mr. Smith on one page, Mr. Jones on one page. And there's enough on each page for you to write the following, okay? And we're going to go step by step because this is what you need to write in your journal. Again, who hired you? The signing company, you want to put that in here. Okay, line number 1. What is the signing address? Because the signing address and the address of the client can be two different things. Okay, so you want to record where did this signing happen? And that may jog your memory later when you're actually called to court. Or if an attorney reaches out to you and they say, hey, do you remember such and such signing? You're like, nope. But if it happened at like a Panera Bread or a McDonald's and you've written that signing location address here, that's going to jog your memory. Okay, so I've included all of that in my new journal for those of you who are just joining. This is it, the Notary Public Journal. Again, every signature matters. Okay, so let's keep going now. What else is required? So, of course, you want to put the name of your signer here. Okay, so I have a space for that. The date that it happens. Do not forget the date and the time. Because, again, attorneys and other people will reach out to you sometimes and say, hey, when did that signing happen? Okay, you want to have a memory of it. And if I asked you what you ate for dinner last week, you're not going to remember. Last Friday night at 4 o'clock, what did you have for dinner? Unless it was something really special, you won't remember. So there's also a space for you to check, is this your assigner that you're recording the information on, or is it the witness? So I often get asked, do I need to record the witness information in my journal? Yes, you do. Everybody who is at that signing, who is participating, needs to be in your journal. So I have a space here, so you would either check, are they the signer or are they the witness? Are they the credible witness? Or even other. I have a space for other, because sometimes you may have the son or the daughter in the room. Okay, the son or the daughter may be in the room, and you're like, you want to record who else is in the room in case this thing is ever questioned. So for example, you have a power of attorney and one of the children is there but the other two are not. You want to put down, son Mike was in the room, other two not present. If you know that, the more information you have in your journal, the better. Okay, then you want to write down the type of ID. Again, some states do not allow you to put the type of ID, like Texas, you cannot write the number. That's okay. Write whatever you can write in your journal. Okay, and many of you are just joining, so I just want to show you, this is my new journal I created for all of your notarial acts. Okay, I love it. Okay, so you can go back and watch the beginning, but I'm going step by step what you should have in your notary journal to save yourself. Okay, and what type of ID do they use? So I have a spot here. You can put driver's license, passport, or other. And there's a place for thumbprint. Most states do not require thumbprint, but California does. Okay, so I want to also, I would record. Now I don't necessarily record the issue date and the expiration date. I don't record all of that. I have spaces here for you to do that. But the reason I don't do it, hey Shar, what's up? Hey Drea, how y'all doing today? The reason I don't record the issue date and expiration date, I wrote it here because many of you like to, I include it in the journal because many of you do like all of that information. Because once the state has the driver's license number, they're going to find all of that. So I believe in trying to complete my transactions as rapid as I can, as precise as I can, with the most information that's required and needed. Okay, and don't forget, many of your states don't even require you to keep a journal, but we're going to keep one, right? Because we're notary pros. Do you all have a notary journal? Drop a 1 if you do, put a 0 if you don't. Okay, then I have the signature here, a signature for your signer. Why do I like the signer to sign my journal? Why? I like the signer to sign my journal saying that, yes, I was there. Yes, because they could say, well, I wasn't there. I didn't ever sign that. So there is a line here for you to have your signer sign, okay? And then there's a spot for their address, their email, and their telephone number, okay? So once you get in the habit of filling out a journal, it won't take you that long. A lot of times people are like, well, I don't want to fill out all that information. And it does look like a lot. Another question I get is, do I have to write the ID of my witnesses in the journal? So you've looked at the ID of the witness. Drea, Lisa, what's up? A lot of you have looked at and they're all part of the mentor program. Go ladies. We'll talk about that later too. But anyway, back to the journal. So I want to make sure that you capture the signature, okay? I even have a spot for the witnesses to sign that they were there, okay? Because people they're absent-minded, okay? When it comes to this kind of stuff, 5 years later, you got to find your journal and go back and say, hey, Mr. Smith was at the signing, and he's like, I wasn't there. I was on vacation. But no, you pull out your journal. He signed it. Yes, you were, okay? Also, in the beginning of this journal, let's go back a little bit. I've taken the liberty, because many of you are new and you don't know what to put in your journal. So in the front of the journal, I put a start date. When did you start using your journal? That's important to write. When did you stop using this journal? Okay, because again, you're going to have many journals throughout your notary career. So this will be your first one. You put the start date, the end date. So you started using it January 1st and you stopped using it August 5th. So you know any notary transactions you did between that date will be inside of this journal right here, okay? Then you write your commission number. I have a space for you to write that. I write my commission number there in the front. And the reason I do that is because a lot of times on documents, it will ask for the commission number. And if you can't remember all these numbers, sometimes like myself, because we got a password for this, password for that, write the commission number right here in the front. So I even included a space for that. Then you put your name, your address, your phone number in case your journal's ever lost. And we actually did lose our journal before. The person didn't have to call us back, but we did lose our journal because it was on top of the car and we didn't realize it. And when we left, guess where that journal was? But it was sitting right there when we got back, thank goodness. Hey, welcome everybody. So also I've included a sample oath for you, okay? So this is just a sample. You can always refer to your state handbook, but I wanted you to have something handy in your journal. So this is just to jog your memory of what the oath should sound like, okay? Many of you also need screening questions, and not need them, it's a requirement to do this business properly. If you don't ask screening questions, I always say questions equal money, you have no business. So I've also included in the journal for you sample screening questions. Do you have a valid ID? What type of document is it? How many individuals? What method of payment? Where and what? So you can add to this list, but I wanted to give you a basic generic list of questions to ask right in front of the journal, okay? And that's it on that part. So what else is included in the journal and what else should you include in your journal? I hope you're taking notes, okay? Also, services performed. So I included a whole section right here that goes over different services. So if you did an acknowledgement for someone, a jurat, you could just check the box. If you did an oath only, you could just check that box. If it's an apostille or in fingerprinting, proctoring, field inspection, I-9, wedding officiant, permit runner, copy certification, or other, all of these things are listed here and you just check the box, okay? Just check the box. And then the last piece on each page is if you're doing an apostille, for example, I have a space for you to put the document type, and you can write any document type there during your notarizations, okay? And then I also have the country/destination, the document origin, where did it come from? These are notes for your apostilles. And there are several lines for additional notes or comments about any of your transactions that you're doing, your notary transactions. And then on the bottom, there's for your state notary fee, which in my state is $2. Yours might be different. So I would record my state fee. Then I have a separate box here for your travel fee. And then the number of notary stamps, okay? All of that information is important. So I tried to think about what is it that the notary needs in every single transaction. And I recorded it here for you in this journal, okay? Again, this is the front of it. It's like a marble, all right? So I love it. I hope you will too. And again, let me talk about really quick why you need to record the difference between your state fee and your travel fee for those of you who may be new. So your state fee may say $2, but you charge that person $80. You need to account for, why did I charge Mr. Smith $80 if somebody ever wanted to pull your journal? And you could put right here, my state fee was $2, but my travel fee was $78 or whatever. Okay, and you want to keep a record of the number of stamps. Why did I include that in this journal? Because you also need a tax time to be able to separate. Keep it happy while you don't have a journal. Be my friend while you don't have a journal. And you also want to keep a record of the number of stamps, because at tax time, certain, and I'm not a tax professional, I do have a tax course, it's part of the mentorship program, but at tax time, you're able to deduct this number of stamps that you did from your actual fees. So that's a benefit as a notary, okay? It's in the tax code. So I actually have a space in here for you to do that. So you can buy this journal at notaryeducatorsllc.com under notary supplies. Okay, I'm gonna show you it again. Boom. Oh, you're so sweet. She said, I'll wait on this one. Thank you. So yeah, but you can find it at notaryeducatorsllc.com. And I rolled it out at the mentorship program the other night. Even the guys were like, that's dope, that's tight, I'll rock that, I'll use that. So because I was trying to find something that the guys would use too. So what questions do you all have about notary journals today? So again, I covered everything you need in this one journal. I do have the specialty journal out there also. I was thinking about taking it off the supply list, but some people actually have come accustomed to that journal, but this really eliminates the need for that one. So you just need this one journal, okay? It covers all your notarial acts. And I lowered the price of it, actually. It's only $12.99. Sorry, $12.99. So you get 100 entries. It's enough for 100 clients. And I didn't want to make it much bigger than that because I didn't want it to be much thicker. Okay, I think this is a nice, perfect size. You can see how nice and thin that is. So it's not heavy, and I just love it. And I'm hoping you will too. So I will put the link in here in this video. You can go to the website right now, though. It's notaryeducatorsllc.com, and it's under the notary supplies. Okay. So, what questions do you all have about the journal? Any questions you have about what you should record, how you should use your notary journal? I've given you a lot of reasons why you should have a journal, and I have been asked 4 or 5 years later from an attorney, hey, we need to know what witnesses were present at this signing. We need to know, was this person alert? We need to know this. So those are things that you could put in your note section or your comment section in the journal. Okay. If you went to a hospital, which up here we have the signing location, right? So I might would even write hospital, jail, attorney's office, Panera Bread. Okay. At the very top where I have the signing address, you can write it's a nice line up there. You can write additional information there, or in the actual comment section, you could put some different things about the signing. So you want to make sure that you're organized though. So having a journal is essential. Don't start, I always say, don't start your notary business without errors and omission insurance. I also would not start it without having a journal, okay? The first job you do, it needs to be written down. Every job should be recorded. Again, I don't want you to get caught out there and um, I'm sorry, I see a lizard. Jeffrey, lizards are everywhere.
This is Jeff speaking.
Sorry, y'all. So I hate lizards in this time of year where they're coming out. I will put your book on my wish list on Amazon. Oh, thanks, Shar. I appreciate it. And somebody's burning some leaves around here. Ooh, I can't stand it. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit today. Thank you, Shar. I do appreciate it. So yeah, but now you can find it right now, even before I put the link in the video, because I will put the link at notaryeducatorsllc.com. And it's right there under notary supplies. I actually have taken the liberty to make that page look really nice. I took and put all the links and pictures, and I'm gonna share one more thing, which I really wanted to do a whole video on it, but I'm gonna roll it out today anyway, and I'm gonna go back and do a video on it. If you didn't know, I talked about it in a video recently. There's a new thing where you could take your Google reviews, and Kent from our mentorship program mentioned it last week, so I've been loving it. I'm gonna have to go in shortly because the smoke is killing me. Um, I'm sitting outside for those who can't see me. But anyway, there's a little card that you can use for Google reviews, and you just let your client scan the QR reader and take them right to your review page. And I love that thing. So there's a picture of that. I got the purple one. I got Jeff the black one. So shout out. What? Drea, don't even say it, girl. It's that time of year, ain't it? Drea said we found a snake in the backyard today while raking leaves. A small one. Girl, don't even tell me that. Don't even tell me that. And I know it's that time of year because it's warm. It's warm, and I can't stand them. And I was walking. Y'all know I try to get my walk on. And I usually have on long sleeves because I don't want to get bit by mosquitoes. But I decided to just sit out here for a few minutes. So I'm not going to stay long today. I'm not. Girl, I know, don't you hate that? I know one time we had a snake in the garage. I had to go get a neighbor. He came to help me. I said, oh my God, it's a snake. It was little. It was real little, but I was still scared to death. So I don't like bugs. I'm sealing stuff off. I'm closing stuff off. So anyway, so I'll back to the story about the journal really quick. So I had an attorney reach out, and he wanted to know because the lady had died. Of course, wills get contested all day long, guys. So always dot your I's, cross your T's. And I don't like snakes, lizards, or crickets. Drea, we in the same boat, girl. We are in the same boat. Hey, Ronnie. Oh, what's up with you? Yeah, so he reached out. He was like, hey, Mrs. Smith has died. I need to find out who were the witnesses on this document. And it's the craziest thing because one of them, my mom was the witness. And I actually, I lost her in 2022. So this was a while back. When he reached out, right? That was in 22 when the signing happened, or before 22. And now they reaching out in 24. This was last year. And they want to know who the witnesses were. Well, I'm like, well, this is a witness, but one of them is no longer here. So I had to get an affidavit signed. I think Angela was the other one. I had to get an affidavit signed by her that she was one of the witnesses. So that's a very common request. It's a very common request. When it does happen, you ask the signer or whoever is requesting it. It could be the attorney, it could be a child, who's ever requesting. Drea, you got me jumping over here talking about crickets and snakes and stuff. That's why I'm moving. I'm like, do I feel something crawling on me? But anyway, yeah, so it can happen. So if they do reach out and say, hey, Drea, we need you to tell us who the signers were. We need them to sign the affidavit, the witnesses to this document. Then you'll just merely print the affidavit. Typically, they'll send it to you. You have to go back to the witness and get it signed. Now, that's a travel fee. Now, I'm charging the attorney a travel fee who's ever requested me to do all of that. I'm yes. Yeah, I'm charging them a travel fee though. I'm not just going out there for free, okay? And you might even have to compensate the witness something, depending on if they got to come and meet you or something. So everything I do in my business, just about everything I do, have some type of fee associated with it, because it's not your fault that he needs to have a copy of it, right? Right? Ronnie says, I love it when you go live. Learning from you is awesome. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome, Ronnie. Yeah, because I'm a real notary. And I always got stories. Because things be happening out here in these notary streets. So I always got stories. So when I'm not just a YouTuber that found out about notary, I was a notary before I became a YouTuber. But then after I started doing this for a business, because I was like a work notary, like we call it. I was a work notary. I ain't know you can make money. And until 2019, my sister was ill. Short version, because it's all in my book and I've talked about it before. But my sister was ill. We're at the hospital. Her friend came by to visit her. I was like, hey, what you doing for work? And she was like, I'm a notary. I'm like, a notary? I said, oh, okay. So she said, yeah, people come to me. I charge them money. I go to them. I said, really? She was like, yeah. And I came home. I did my research. And that's when notary was a big thing on YouTube and stuff and social media. And that's when I was like, wait a minute, you mean you get paid? So I came home, did my research, found out it was a thing, learned all I could. I fell in love with it because I was already one, but I didn't know you can make money. And I came and started making it a business. So now I teach other people how to not only turn it into a business, but I want you to be a successful notary first, and then you could turn it into a business, okay? Learn your notarial duties. That's when the money's going to come. If you go out there and just start notarizing, I got my stamp, like the state, wherever state you live in, most of them don't have any training. So they'll give you the commission, go out there, with your stamp, and you don't know what you're doing, messing up people's documents. That is not the kind of notary I want you to be. So I always say what I do is not sexy, because I get in the dirt with you. I teach you how to be a notary. I teach you how to dig and do all that. And then we could put a pretty bow on it with the marketing, which I have a whole marketing course included in mentorship. So I'm going to talk about mentorship right quick. So for those of you who do not know, we have a mentor program. It's called Notary Business Success, and it is freaking amazing. That's all I can say. It is. The people in the group are doing their thing. We have quite a few here today that are part of the group. And it's not because I'm so great, but they're actually putting in the work. So yeah, I provide, I believe, excellent information, beautiful information, right? Relevant, practical. I'm very practical, if you couldn't tell. But I give you everything you need to succeed. But I can't just cut your head open and stick it in there. So the people that are really doing well are actually implementing, okay? Or they're making a roadmap of, this is what I need to do, A, B, C, and then making it happen. So the mentorship is amazing. It's $47 per month. It includes even apostille training. It's a thorough apostille training. It's not just a YouTube video. It's a real training that I created myself. I have a wedding officiant course in there, Notarize Like a Pro. There's a loan signing course, A to Z, to teach you how to do that. All of our courses are included. Thank you, Lisa. All of our courses are included in the mentorship program, because I said 2025 is going to be a year of no more excuses. That's it. If you're watching this video and you got excuses, I can't afford training, wrong. I got a $47 program to give you everything you need, plus live mentorship. Okay, weekly live sessions with live Q&A, a live chat. Today is Sunday. Okay, was I not in the chat earlier helping one of my people, making sure that they're good from their signing they had the other day? Yes, I don't do the chat by myself. It's Alexis and Jeffrey, our other trainer. But we are all over that chat, okay? So most of the days, 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. I usually cut it off at 11 because I know we have some people on the West Coast, Mountain Time, Pacific Time, and all that. So I need to be available for them, right? Or people just working, they're getting off work, and now this is the time they can actually start studying and learning the business. Evolution, no, let me get that right. EBU 360 Solutions. I just got my commission and waiting for my stamps, looking forward to see how I can start and how this training will help. Oh, it's going to help you from beginning to end. Evolve 360 Solutions. Oh, I love it. Evolve. I like you. Thank you for spelling that out. Evolve 360 Solutions. Yeah, so how our training can help you or anybody in any state. It doesn't matter. All of your documents are not going to originate in your state. Okay, our training will help you because they will teach you how to properly do an acknowledgement, how to properly do a jurat, how to administer an oath, how to change the venue, what is a loan signing period, beginning to end. Drea says training us helped me. Started with her and working my jobs and asked for assistance if needed. Drea. I'm glad Drea's still my friend because the way I teach sometimes may not be everybody's cup of tea. And Drea is rocking it. I got you, Drea. I knew what you were saying. Evolve 360 says I purchased the book. Yeah, I like people to start with the book because that gives you an overview of the business in a quick bite, quick setting, and then after that we can get crack-a-lacking with the courses. So, Drea has stuck with me and she appreciates my method of training. We've talked a couple of times, and I will call you if I have to. So the way the program works, I like to be fully transparent. Is you watch the courses as you're going through the courses. If you have a question that's not answered, you drop it in the chat. Make a list of them. Don't put 15 questions in there at one time because it's not going to be that many because the way we teach. But we're here to help you as you get assignments, to encourage you, to motivate you to get assignments. So some people get upset because I will push back. I'll use the words push back. If you ask me something, I think it's something that I already covered or something I know you know, I want to make sure you're getting it. You're capturing the point. Hey, Douglas, what's up? For example, somebody might say, well, how much should I charge to go out to do a power of attorney? Well, if I tell you $40 and you could have made 200, does that make sense? I want to teach you how to determine your pricing. I have a whole pricing course. Okay, I have a pricing course, a marketing course. Everything you need to do your business, literally everything is in the mentorship program, A to Z. In field inspections, fingerprint. I got a whole field inspection course coming, but literally everything you need. And I can write and talk about all these things because I do them. Okay. The only thing I wrote a course about that I don't do, but I still know about it is wedding officiant. And my wedding officiant course is thebomb.com. I must say so myself. And my apostille course is amazing. So you can buy any of these courses without being a part of mentorship for 60% off. Coupon code is WIN2025, WIN2025. Okay. WIN2025. And everything I'm talking about is at notaryeducatorsllc.com. Okay. So, yeah, so we can definitely help anybody in any state, okay? I always reiterate that because some people say, well, you're in Georgia. That's okay. I don't care if you're in Alabama, California, Arizona, wherever you at. Your documents are not just going to come from that state. Apostille is international documents. So that lets you know already you need to know how to process any piece of paper. I have a video on the channel here. I have a video here on the channel that tells you about how to notarize even a piece of toilet paper. Okay? Because you should be able to notarize anything. Okay? Say how you feel TV. We're great. We are in Tennessee. Cool. Yeah, Tennessee's welcome to the party. We teach all states. Okay? Evolve 360 says, but you get all of those courses with the monthly subscription. Yes, Evolve 360, you do. You get just like, yeah, it works just like Netflix. You get all of those courses with the monthly subscription plus live weekly training. So if you go to the website right now, notaryeducatorsllc.com, you'll see the list of the trainings for this month. The replays are available. And the blessing for those of you just joining now, you get the benefit of all the replays from the past almost year that we've been doing mentorship. Almost a year that we've been doing mentorship. It took a while for me to roll out a mentorship program because I had to make sure it was right. When I first rolled it out, it was just the courses included, right? My courses. Then I brought on Angela's courses and Alexa's courses. And I told my husband, I said, I really want to be able to talk to the people live. Oh, you're welcome. So what I ended up doing though is adding that live component to it. And I love the mentorship program even more. People were loving just having access to the courses. You're gonna let me watch all your videos for $39.99. That's when it was at that time last year. But I added the live component, brought on Angela, brought on Alexis and all that. So we had to increase the price a little bit. So it's still $47 and you get access to all of those trainings, even my apostille training, which is amazing. So again, think about what you want to do, because you don't have to do the monthly meetings. I mean, the weekly meetings, you don't have to do that. I recommend it because it's just the best way to really grow your business, and it's live. Anything live is always going to be better, but the replays are amazing too because they happen live and we having frank conversation and we can run businesses out here. Any questions you have, guys, go ahead and let's get them going, because Andrea got me looking around at this ground. So let's see. Andrea says, yes, everything is in the monthly subscription plus weekly live training. Thank you, Drea. Yep, everything. So it's legit. I'm not just selling pipe dreams. It's legit. So people are here. It's real. So I actually show up for the meetings, or Alexis is there at every meeting. Jeffrey doesn't do solo meetings. We just keep him in the back, but he can. He hops in the chat. He does more of our technical support when somebody has a problem with their printer, or if somebody has a problem with their printer. Alexis handles more like the Google and long signing, but we all answer everything, but we all have our own little specialties. You know what I'm saying? So Lisa is saying, come on and join us. You won't regret it. It's beneficial. Yes. Thank you, Lisa. Y'all so sweet. They are the best mentees ever. I hate using that word anyway. They're like notary fam. And that's why we did this thing on Friday, just to kind of come out the woodworks and kind of see who everybody is. Douglas is saying, yes, the training is awesome. Thank you, Douglas. Douglas, really quick. Oh, I know you did tell me you came up with your name. Okay. So you got your name. What's your next step, Douglas? Let's talk about that really quick. Because I know it took you a minute to find your name. I know that was hard for you. So anyway, though, yeah, so check out mentorship. Again, it's only $47. It really does include everything, and it's not any junk courses. They are all my real courses that I was making like $500 per package, per bundle. So it's not any junk courses. I didn't pull out anything. I didn't try to water it down and say, well, they only paying $47. Nope. You see what I give you for free, so you can only imagine what the paid mentorship is like, right? And that's just doing great business. That's how I teach you to do your business. Give your clients the best. I will right now have other notaries referring other notaries. I have people that are family members just referring other notaries. Hey, check this girl out. They want to start the business and they came across my YouTube channel. That's what you want for your business too. Not be a one-hit wonder. I give everybody the same service, everybody the same everything. And again, some people may not like my form of teaching. I'm the person that I'm going to actually educate you. So if you want somebody that's just going to give you the information and you can call them anytime, which I doubt if there's anyone out there, I'm not for you. I'm the person that's going to educate you. I take time. Is it easier for me just to tell you charge $50? Yeah, and keep it moving. But I don't do that because I might be shortchanging you in your business. I actually teach you how to price your services. What goes into pricing? Again, what's in the front of this journal? Your screening questions. Okay? That's why I wrote them in this journal. It's very important. Screening questions. Okay? You need to know how many people. Where's the signing going to happen? Okay? So all those questions equal money. So when I say that, it's even for my business, So I have to ask you questions. And I have to teach you. I don't have to, but that's my preferred method. And again, it's not for everybody. Some people will rather say, well, just tell me what to charge. Nope. I'll take 10 minutes and teach you how to charge it versus telling you what to charge. And again, I have to do that as a business owner myself because one, I don't have time to tell everybody, you go charge this, you go charge that, you do this. No, I want to teach you and coach you and mentor you. Okay. You think about the sports and Olympics and stuff like that. They have a coach, they have a mentor, but Gabby Douglas or whoever, Simone Biles, they got to do the work. The coach is going to help you get to enhance what you already can do. Michael Jordan, when he was playing ball, he knew what to do, but he still had a coach, right? The coach sees things that you don't see. The coach fills in the gaps, the blanks. That's what I do as an educator. So again, I've had people get kind of upset. Well, I can go do this. Well, go do it. I'm not mad. We're going to be friends at the end of the day. I want to teach you. And if you're not here to be taught and you're here for somebody just to tell you what to do, again, I'm probably not the best person for you, because it takes me longer to teach you than just to tell you. And anybody on this chat that's in mentorship will tell you, I'm a teacher. I teach. I educate. I don't just tell you. I don't. And that's why some people, when it even comes to parenting, you got some parents that just beat the child to death. Other parents just say, do what I say, don't ask no questions. Then you have a few that are willing to actually talk and reason with the child. Okay? Look, Johnny, and sometimes you got to do those other two things. Okay? Sometimes you just got to get the whipping some butts. Okay? But the other piece of that is teach the child why not to do this. Reason with them, conversation. Okay? And that takes more time. It's harder. It's easier just to say, go do what I said. I said go do it. But no, why do they need to clean the room? Why do they need to say yes? No. Why do they need to say hello? You know? So let's see. We got Douglas. Next step is getting insured and almost done with setting up my Google page. Very good, Douglas. Very good. And with that insurance, don't overthink that. Go right to the NNA. My personal opinion, I get the basic. I think the minimum is 10,000 that they have, but I have 25,000. I've been working with that for 4 years. So if you find you need more, that's going to be a business decision. But it's like $30 for a year, I believe. But I buy it at 4 years now to match my commission. So I do it every 4 years. I think I pay 120 for 4 years. So Douglas says facts on the teaching. Eliana, what's up? What's up? How are you? So yeah, so again, pray about it, think about it. We're gonna be here. That's what I always tell people. That's why I like you to always start with the book. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I guess at the end of the day, I am trying to sell you something, but I want it to be the right product for you. I want to be the right mentor for you. So that's why I'm very transparent on the way I teach, Again, it's not everybody's cup of tea. So I've had a couple people like, you know what? I thought I was gonna do something else. Okay. They thought I was just they're going to call me and say, hey, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I? No, I don't have time for that. I actually run a notary business. In addition to notary educators, I actually have my own notary business, None Better Mobile Notary. So I'm working. So that's how I have a different story. I could sit here all day and tell y'all stories. All day, I can have a different story every single day, 2 or 3, because I actually work, Blessed, just working, love. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. And I guess I'm working today too. So I see we got a lot of new people that joined. Do you have any questions before I start wrapping up? Again, for those of you who may be just joining, I released today my brand new journal. Boom! Notary Public Journal. Every signature matters. That's a little slogan. I love that because every signature does matter, okay? Every signature matters. So Evolve 360 says, so when you sign up, you start with set up your business course, or do we just pick where we want to start off? Sorry for the questions. Oh no, great questions. There's actually a welcoming video. There's a welcome video. And no, I don't want you to start with building your business. I don't. I would like you to watch them in the order that they're uploaded, and they're actually in the order that I would like you to watch them. So you would start off with notarizing like a pro, notarize like a pro. The next one would be the specialty notary services. And then the next one will be the trust/estate. We have trust/estate because you need to know how to do estate packages so you can get in those hospitals and work with attorneys. Each course, just about every course has a tip sheet that has valuable information, how to handle general notary work, how to handle trust packages, how to handle fingerprinting assignments. So each course has a tip sheet. The wedding officiant tip sheets are amazing. Also includes contracts. I'm telling y'all know how we bring it, and it's only going to grow, right? I believe that this is going to be the new way that people are going to succeed. That's why for me, 2025, all notaries, if you listen to this video, if you're watching this video, no more excuses. No more excuses. If you're serious and you're ready, join a mentorship. That's all I can say. If you're serious and you really want to get this business started and you really want to know it without any fluff, Notary Educators is going to be here. We've been here. We're growing. I started a blog this year. It's doing amazing. The podcast, we did that, I think, over a year now. We've had the podcast. So every part of the business is growing. Why? Because we're delivering. We're delivering. When I tell you you can learn this business, it's not too complicated for you. If you put the work in and you let me help you via the videos, via the live training, via the chat in itself is priceless. The chat in itself is priceless. Okay. And the chat is via group me. That's how we communicate unless I need to call you. So it's not, I'm going to give you a phone number and you can hit me up anytime because I'm actually working. But I am available to you anytime via live here or via email or via the chat. My preferred method is always going to be the chat because each one teach one. Okay. So when you get in the chat and you're asking a question, somebody else has asked that question. Or if they're not asking it right now, they'll have the answer for a future date as they're doing jobs, okay? Let's see. I wish I had known of you had a journal. I just purchased one. Oh, no worries. That ain't gonna be your last journal. It's not gonna be your last journal. I have about probably 10 journals at home. I've bought journals and didn't like them, had to replace them. So now that I have my own journal, this will be the one I'll be using. Because again, it covers everything and it's nice and thin. The one I have now is kind of bulky, and that's another reason why. And I didn't have my own journal before because Angela was part of our team. She had a journal, and of course, I wasn't going to compete with my friend. So now that she's no longer part of the team, I was able to write my own journal. So I have my journal, and I also have the specialty journal, which I'm not going to be advertising that one. If you happen to like it, you can get it. But I really want people to simplify everything in their bag too. You don't need 15 journals. The reason I had the specialty journal was because hers didn't include specialty work, but this one does include specialty. Like I said, you could put everything in this one journal. All right. Yeah, so you have more than one journal. So I'm going to join later on tonight, no later than tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see you in our first session that you can come to live this week would be, I think the next one is on Tuesday or Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. I'm really not sure because I'm not looking at the calendar. I'm using my phone. But it's on the calendar. So you'll see how to get the Zoom information. Matter of fact, I got to go in here and update it. Usually every Sunday, I put the Zoom link for the week. I'm trying to find a way to simplify that method. Make sure you opt in for the emails from Notary Educators on Kajabi, which is what we use. If you don't opt in, you won't receive my emails. They get so much spam, everybody. So now you got to double opt in and all this. So opt in so you can get the emails that I send out. I try to send out an email and reminder. It's always there in the course, though. And we use Kajabi as our platform for courses. So it's going amazing. And we look forward to having you, okay? Anything else before I head out? Anything else? I'm still just looking around. I kind of hate this time of year in spring because, like I said, me and these bugs. So anyway, I'm gonna put the link for the journal in there. The mentorship again is at notaryeducatorsllc.com. It does include every single course that we sell individually. It's already included in the monthly mentorship. I call it like a Netflix for Notary Netflix because you have access to everything on demand whenever you need it, and you're learning the business, and then it's reinforced by the live weekly sessions. Okay. It's reinforced by the live weekly sessions. So I'm going to get out of here, guys. But as always, on behalf of Notary Educators, which also changed this year, I went from Notary Life with Kimmi to Notary Educators with Kimmi. I've did so many different things in this business we have. I'm so proud of our team. And as we continue to grow, you guys are growing too. And that's what's so amazing. It really is. Let's get this last question from Leslie. So Leslie says, do I have to get registered with the Secretary of State to start as an apostille? How do I find work? You do not register. Oh my God, please, let's talk about this really quick because this is so important. Do not call the Secretary of State, anybody, and say, I want to be an apostille agent. They're not going to know what you're talking about. Please, please, please do not call your Secretary of State and say, I want to be an apostille agent. You do not register with them. This is an additional service that is offered because you are a notary. You do not even have to be a notary to be an apostille agent. I recommend you become a notary because a lot of your documents will need to be notarized. Okay. That means you're going to have to pay somebody to be the notary. But instead of paying somebody, I'll be the notary. I will be the apostille agent. If you call your Secretary of State and say, I want to be an apostille agent, they're going to be like, what is that? That is a made up name in this industry, but it's a facilitator. What's up, Melissa? How you doing? Okay, so Leslie, so don't call your Secretary of State. The way you find work is you first learn what an apostille is. And that's how I know you don't even know what it is. Because you don't call and get registered with your Secretary of State, okay? Do not call them. I don't let them even know what I'm doing, okay? That's not their business. I help my client. The apostilles is a document. I'm going to give you the short version, okay? Because I got to go. But I have about 10, 15 videos on this channel and the apostille course that you can purchase or as part of mentorship. Either way, okay? But let me give you a short version so you can get some game on apostilles really quick. Don't call them asking, can I be an apostille agent? Can I be an apostille facilitator? I want to put my name on your list. That is not how that works. First of all, an apostille is a document leaving the United States going to another country, okay? Before it can go to another country, it needs to have a special authentication. Most clients don't want to be bothered with the process. They don't know the process. They don't care to know the process. They rather hire you, and they call notaries for everything to do the process for them. So that's why we came up with the title apostille agent, apostille facilitator, any of those words you want to insert. You're just helping the client to get it done. Translation services. I didn't even mention that. That's a course too I have. And I do offer translation services. Many of your documents leaving the country internationally for apostilles will need to be translated. So you need to know how to do that. Okay. I have several people now in our group that are doing apostilles because they took my course. Okay. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of everybody in our mentor program. They are doing the thing. And it lets me know that I'm on the right path. It lets me know that the program that I created is the bomb. It is number one. And I can proudly say that. I could proudly say it is number one. It really is. Because I know what I provide. I know what you guys are doing, how you're benefiting from it, how your businesses are growing. So as I grow, you grow, we grow. It's not about me growing my bottom line, okay? Because I already know if I provide for my service, if I provide the right service and the right information for my clients, for my fellow notaries, then I'm going to win. I'm going to win and you're going to win because you're doing the work. So that's how I operate my business. And some people say, well, you give away too much. Maybe. But when you give, you get. When you give, you get. And that's facts. That's with anything in life. You know, you meet people so tight-fisted and they won't tell you anything. And this community is like that. The notary community is like that. Real talk. And you already know this. If you don't pay me, I'm not having a conversation with you. And do we have a lot of time? No, we don't. We don't. Now, I don't charge you to call me because I don't even want that. Some people say, I'll send you a cash app. No, what you can do is take training. I don't have time. I'm not going to tell you one thing and you go out there messing up somebody's document. You need to know what you're doing. And I stand on that, right? So this community can be kind of tight-lipped. But you ever have a friend you always treating? You the only one ever treating. They never treat. When you go out to dinner, you go out to the club, wherever you're going. Let me get you, girl. I got you, guy. Whatever. And they never offer. Never offer. That could be, that we'll sit here all day with that one. Right? But I found that I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to that person, that person, that person. Is everybody going to appreciate it? Nope. I might tell 10 people and 2 people will say thank you. When I see people in the chat and they say thank you, it just touches me so much. And I will be responding to your comments in the chat. I mean, the YouTube videos, okay? But I have people that say, Kimmi, thank you so much for sharing this. I want you to know if you're watching this. I haven't had time to respond to every comment, but I appreciate it. And it touches my heart that you took time to watch something that I did for free for you and to say thank you. You're going to win. You're going to win. You may not even do business with me today, and that's okay. You might do business with me next week. It might be 2 years from now. I have so many people. I've been watching your videos for 3 years. I've been watching your videos for 4 years. Nothing's changed. I've been consistent. You need to be consistent in your business. So Leslie said, you said it would be best to become a notary, but it's not necessary. So how do I find work if I don't become a notary? The same way notaries find work. So Leslie, you would you would set up a Google page strictly for apostilles. People are going to call you to facilitate the apostille. They're gonna call you. You might call yourself what's the name? So you might call yourself Leslie Apostille Services, and then people will call you because you put that on your Google page. You market that page. You get SEO on that page, search engine optimization. So you do not have to be a notary. You do not. But I will say again, I highly recommend it. Another reason I recommend you be a notary, because if you don't know the notarial duties, what they do, and you get this document and the first notary did not do their part right, and you take it to the Secretary of State to be apostilled, then you have a problem. They're going to reject it, right? So some people say, well, I'll just do the apostille part. I don't want to be a notary. You could try that. You could try it, but you won't even know what's supposed to be happening. Like some people, oh, I got y'all. This is good. You ever watch oh, what's the cooking guy? Ramsey. And he's doing this thing now where he's going to the Super Bowl is gonna be in New Orleans today, right? I'm about to go too because I know y'all gotta go watch the Super Bowl. But anyway, he's doing this thing where he's doing these restaurants and they're like really terrible. So it's one show he did when he first started. It was the very first episode. And it was two people's friends. I don't think they were even a couple. They owned a restaurant in New Orleans. One was a doctor and the other one was a nurse. They worked together. Go back and catch that episode. And so I kind of tips y'all when I watch all that kind of stuff. Even from a cooking show, you can get business tips, okay? And anyway, both of them were running this restaurant in New Orleans, but they had zero restaurant experience. One was a doctor, one was a nurse. Go back and watch this episode. It's amazing. Anyway, and that was the whole point of the show too. How you gonna come in here and tell somebody how to cook and you ain't a cook? So same thing with being a notary. How are you going to know the notarial part of it, what needs to happen, and you're not a notary? You don't know what needs to be corrected. Sometimes I have to redo the notary part on the apostille because it's done incorrectly. For example, I had one last week and I talked about this. I got a whole video on this, or a part of it anyway. I had an apostille that I was doing for this guy getting married over in Panama, I think. So the notary went to do the notarization piece, but the notary stamp was expiring in 3 days. I asked my client, I said, hey, when is the wedding? He said, I don't know. So I can't apostille a document for him that this other notary did, and the expiration on that notary stamp is in 3 days. He might not get married for 6 months. That's not going to be good for him. That notarization on there is bad because it's going to be expired. Okay? So you need to know these kind of things in order to facilitate the apostille correctly. That's something you're not going to know if you're not a notary, right? And even notaries don't know this. So that notary stamp, was it valid? Yeah, for 3 more days. Could my client use it for his wedding in 6 months? Probably not. Okay, so you need proper training. So check out my apostille training. I recommend you become a notary. If you're not going to become a notary, find you a notary that in your area that can do your notarization piece, that you guys can form a bond, a relationship or something, and then you just facilitate it, taking it to the Secretary of State, giving it back to the client or something like that. But if you're not a notary, to me, it's going to be very challenging to facilitate apostilles correctly, okay? Even a translation piece, you got to know certain things. Does the document even need to be notarized as a translator? You know, what form do you need? Does it need to be certified copied? I mean, it's just a lot. Again, for me, you can do it. You can do anything, but I don't know if you're going to be able to do it effectively. I just don't. That's my opinion. Melissa says, I have a question because I feel some kind of way, and I know you straight up with the gems. I know you touched on it before, but it's different when it happens to you. Okay, let's see what it is, Melissa. What's the question, Melissa? Let's do it. You're welcome, so Leslie. So I hope I was clear on that. Again, if you're not interested in being a notary, you could try it, but find you a connection. Find somebody that can kind of oversee it with you or share in it with you, or at least learn what a notary is supposed to do. Okay. Melissa, let me get your question right quick, and then I'm gonna go. What's your question, Melissa? Drop it, and then that's it. That'll take us to an hour, and then I really am gonna go after Melissa's question. Melissa, what is your question? What is it? And we got quite a few new people that joined us too. So if you have any questions, Melissa, are you still with us? I wanted to get your question. I know you're typing, so I'm gonna give you a minute probably. Yeah, but in the meantime, yeah, apostille is some good money. What you hear people say, and they're not making it up on YouTubers, when they say they made $500, $800, $1,000, they are not making that one up, y'all. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. When they tell you they are making that kind of money, I also, my biggest one to date for me has been $800, and that was 4 documents, I think. 4. Yep. So that one included some translation involved too. So you got to know how to price your services too. So yeah, that's legit when people talk about apostille money. Melissa, someone wanted me to notarize a document for their commission in a bordering state, but now lives in Georgia. Someone wanted me to notarize a document for their commission in a bordering state, but now lives in Georgia. Melissa, are you in Georgia and that client is in Georgia? Because it doesn't really matter where their document came from. If their state allowed them to get it just notarized, that's not your business. So I need to find out. So like if they lived in South Carolina and they were over here with you and they needed that document notarized, so what? That's not your business. If as long as it was acceptable by their state. Now, for example, in Georgia, you have to have 2 people that know you. They have to live in the same county in order to become a notary on that application. But other than that, it doesn't. They don't care who the notary is. She's from Miami. That's fine. That's fine. Yep. You're just notarizing the document. So that's fine. So for example, if you were in, so you're in Georgia and you took your document to Florida, that person can still notarize it, but your 2 people need to be here. Your 2 people have to reside in the state of Georgia. So again, this is one of those things where I could tell, are you in a mentorship, Melissa? You're not in mentorship, are you? Tell me you're not in mentorship. And if somehow you go back and watch Notarize Like a Pro, you can notarize anything. Okay. Now, again, your client is going to be responsible for saying whether or not, especially if they're a fellow notary, if that would be acceptable. No, but I'm going to be. Okay, I ain't think so. I was like, I know she's not in mentorship. Don't embarrass me on my program. Okay, Melissa. Okay, cool. Okay. I don't mind your question because she's not in mentorship. Because I was going to say, you are not in mentorship. And if so, do not embarrass me. Yeah, because if you were in mentorship, you would know you can notarize anything. You just have to know how to change the venue. You got to know your basic notarial rules. Okay. Girl, I was saying, because I know I've seen your name before, Melissa. I know I've seen your name 1,000 times, but I was going to say, I know Melissa's not asking that question. She's not in mentorship. That's why I wasn't sure if you was in there. I couldn't remember or not, because I know I've seen your name here before. But yeah, so hopefully that was clear. So yeah, you can notarize her document for her if she asks you to. Florida doesn't care. But again, in Georgia, your 2 people that know you have to live in your county. So they could not live in Florida. Okay? All right, very good. So I'm going to get out of here, guys. So again, on behalf of Notary Educators, I want you to check out my new journal that's going to cover everything you need in one spot for only $12.99. $12.99. I think I'm gonna leave it at that price because I want you to be able to afford it, and I want you to let this be your go-to journal. I don't want you to have to change it. I want it to be this one. Okay, Melissa says she has some other stuff going on, but I wasn't comfortable with them old documents. Yeah, again, I think with proper training, Melissa, and this is why training is so important. It's on your website. Yes, go under the notary supplies for the journal. And the mentorship program is there. NotaryEducatorsLLC.com. I try to clean it up so to make the website simpler. But really quick, Melissa, to your point, another reason I believe in training is because a lot of times people are costing themselves business and money by not knowing. So just say, for example, she was a paying client and you're talking about, well, I ain't want to do her old documents. Well, you might could have did those documents and made $75 or $100. I mean, what was wrong with the documents? Why didn't you want to do it? We don't just not notarize because we don't like something or because we don't feel comfortable in the sense that I don't know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? In that case, call me. Let's get the money. What do we have to do to make the money happen? But don't just, I don't want to do it. And again, if you're leaving money on the table because of lack of knowledge, lack of confidence, lack of all of that, then you need mentorship. You need training. You need to know what to do. So don't just be like, no, I ain't doing it. A lot of times that happens. Can you take an expired ID? Well, I ain't gonna do this because she got an expired ID. Well, does your state say you can or you cannot? I almost cost myself some money like that years ago. I read the handbook, but I needed to go back and look at it again that day because my state doesn't say I cannot. It doesn't say I can. It's up to the discretion of the notary. Does it have key components? So I challenge you to be a pro at what you're doing. Be skilled. And every notary is not a skilled notary. Every notary may have a commission, but every notary is not a skilled notary. And that's the difference going to take you next level. That's the difference that's going to make you make your money. That's the difference going to help you to be the notary that we talk about that can make six figures. Okay. I don't preach six figures, but you can make it if you put the work in, if you put your whole everything into it. Can you make a nice amount, $5, $6, $7, $800 extra per month? Stamping papers, you sure can. You sure can. So anyway, guys, on that note, I am going to leave on behalf of Notary Educators. I wish you all much success, okay? Bye. I'll see y'all again soon. I'll be back. Okay, bye.